Hey, 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 fellow traders. This is Coach John, and welcome. Welcome to another e learning session in our series of e learning sessions. Guys, today's title, see it on your screen, Market Orientation plus Mindset equals maximum profits. Hear that, maximum profits. All right, real quick note before we get into this and go any further, I'm going to vary slightly from my normal format because if you've heard me in these past e-learning sessions, and I hope you have, you know what I believe. It's very clear. You know. Your results come down to three things. Number one, identity. Number two, nervous system regulation. Number three, execution alignment. Guys, gals, fellow traders, that's foundation. Without foundation, good luck building anything strong. That's truly foundational. Now, however, I want to say this clearly. We can't stand facing east and expect to see a sunset. Think about it. I'll say it again. We can't stand facing east and expect to see a sunset. If your technical orientation is off, what I mean, location, structure, context, everything becomes harder. Then even a really strong internal game will struggle to produce the highest level of results. So today, we're going technical. Today, we're going technical because when your internal world is aligned and your market read is clean, that's when things really start to click. So here's what I see all the time. Traders are not lacking what you might call discipline. By the way, trading educators teach the concept of discipline all wrong, but I digress. Traders are not lacking effort. They're lacking orientation. In more ways than one, by the way. However, we're going to focus on technical today. So here's what can happen. What can happen is this. They don't actually know where they are in the market. Hear that. They don't know where they are in the market. So what happens? They short strength. They chase exhaustion and they hesitate in opportunity zones. Not because they're broken, because they're misaligned. Simply put, because they're misaligned. Now, this is exactly what I use personally in my trading because I'm a trader first and foremost. And what you're seeing here is a visual representation of how I organize the market for myself. I want to be really clear about something. This isn't something you're going to copy and use as is. This is my version of a tool. Behind this visual is raw data, inputs, lots of them, metrics, and structure. That's what I built around how and what I trade, my risk tolerance, my time horizon, and the way I like to engage the market. Here's what's important, and that's the key distinction. Hear that? That's the key distinction because what matters isn't that you use this. What matters is that you have something like this built for you. And what that model does, the reason why it works and would work for you is because it gives you clarity in five specific areas. Number one, the location of the market. Got to know that. Number two, the directional bias, your directional bias. Number three, the structure of the market, whether it's in compression, balance, or expansion. If you misread this, you're going to be early, you're going to be late, or just flat out wrong. Number four, the highest probability. Is the highest probability continuation, rotation, or reversal? One of these is more likely. And number five, your action plan. What you should be actually doing. Do I engage? Do I wait? Do I manage? Do I stay out? And that's exactly what we would build together for you. Something structured around how you trade so you can orientate yourself to the market every single day without needing anyone else. Something that gives you clarity around where are we? What is likely to happen next? And what should I do? Based on your strengths, your weaknesses, your preferences, your tools, your style of trading. Because when that's in place, you have true orientation. And that becomes the anchor for upgrading your identity, the anchor for keeping your nervous system regulated instead of dysregulated. Clarity helps remove hesitation. When you combine these, you get orientation. When you have orientation, you have an edge. And that's what gives you more control over your execution. So the goal here isn't for you to follow what I'm doing. It's to help you build something that allows you to do this independently, because coaching is not about creating dependency. Coaching is about creating the ability for you to do, to think, to orient on your own. That's autonomy. That's power. And guys, I like power, and so should you. So here's what I'll say as I wrap this up. If something clicked for you, if you can see how having this kind of clarity across those 5 areas would change the way you trade, the next step is simple. Let's connect. Because what we would be doing together is building this out for you. Not copy what I'm doing, rather create a version of the framework that fits your trading, your risk profile, your time horizon, the way you actually engage the market, so that every day you know your location, you know your directional bias, you understand structure, you recognize the highest probability, and you know exactly what actions to take. I'm currently writing a book around trading performance, specifically how identity, nervous system regulation, and execution alignment translate into real results. And as part of that, I'm working with a small number of new traders as case studies. The publisher wanted me to have new case studies from start to finish. And for those selected, we go deep into this process. You'll get direct access to me. You'll get access to the Mind Over Markets group, where we work on this on a daily, weekly basis, and we'll build out your orientation model so it becomes your anchor for your identity, your nervous system regulation, and your execution. There is a cost, but it's significantly discounted rate for those participating in the case study. Very intentionally discounted rate. So if that's something that interests you, there's a link in the chat section which should be able you should be able to see it. I say that because it seems to be hit and miss with different computers. So if by chance you can't see that, go back to the email. The link to schedule a session is in there with me, as well as where hopefully you can see it. Now, on the screen, you're also seeing my email. So you've got 3 fail-safe ways to connecting with me. Book a session. We'll take a look at your trading and start mapping out what this would look like for you. The session allows you to see exactly how this fits for you and starts your approval process. Either way, you'll walk away seeing things more clearly than you did before. I look forward to meeting, and I look forward to seeing the brave in session. Enjoy. Bye-bye.